Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be looking at the Motospeed K82 mechanical keyboard. This thing retails for a little bit under $50 from banggood.com, and they were kind enough to send this out for review, so I will leave links down below for this particular product so you can check it out yourself. But I will go ahead and start putting up quite a bit of B-roll, but I'm going to go over the physical tour of this keyboard now. To get started, the keyboard itself has a neutral aesthetic with sort of an aluminum mid-plate here below the keycaps that prevents any sort of flex, which is great. There is a splash of yellow on this sort of side rubber grommet thing going on there, which I really wish was the same gray as the underlying rubber pad on the bottom that spans the entire length of the keyboard and does a great job of preventing this keyboard from sliding around. And then of course it does have a couple of feet on the bottom that allows it to prop up if you need that. The keyboard itself does lack a number pad, which will be a benefit to some people, especially if you are somebody that lacks a lot of desk space. That will help you save quite a bit of space to allow you to have a little bit more mouse room, especially if you're somebody like me that has an entire sort of mat on their desk and you use that as both your mouse pad as well as setting your keyboard on top of. That'll directly free up more space. But even if you use a traditional mouse pad or no mouse pad at all, this will help you open up a little bit more space. There is a row of media control keys as well as volume control and certain launchers for some commonly used apps like a web browser as well as a calculator. An email application can be keyed in there through the Windows software. So there are some function keys along the F row that will be very useful to you, especially if you're in game and trying to change your volume. You won't have to Alt-Tab out of the game to get to the media controls or specifically the volume controls for Windows. You can do that directly on the keyboard. Big plus there. So along the number row, there are a few pre-mapped out lighting effects with FPS games, Call of Duty, League of Legends, those types of things. And by activating those particular profiles, only certain lights will include backlighting once you've activated them. So for example, League of Legends, you'll have your QWER lit up, but a lot of the other keys surrounding that will be completely absent, which is sort of a cool effect, especially if you are gaming in the dark. Those keys are going to be the ones that you're going to need to be able to see. Everything else is going to be dark. So if you happen to have to look down at your keyboard for some of these games, I guess this effect is cool, but not necessarily a requirement by any means. As far as the backlighting itself goes, the white backlight, it has sort of a bluish tint to it. So if you're looking for something with just a white backlight, you're going to be a little bit disappointed by the lighting behind these keys, but the lighting is even and you can change between several other colors, things like red, yellow, green, orange, purple, turquoise. All those expected colors are available as universal lighting, whereas the last keyboard I took a look at had sort of a rainbow effect across each row of keys that you could not change the color of. In this case you can, and the lighting is fine. Now, as far as the sound of the actual keyboard and how it performs, I'll give you a sound test here in just a minute, but the keys do feel pretty uniform as far as the blue switches do go. They are sort of a knockoff blue switch. You're not going to get cherry blues here, but it is a blue switch, so there is a tactile bump. It feels good. Typing on it, because I have never really used cherry blue switches outside of very rare circumstances, I would be hard-pressed to tell the difference between an authentic cherry blue and these blues, but if you're somebody that actually does use traditional cherry blue switches, you may notice a difference. I'm not really sure. I will say, though, the switches feel fine. They feel uniform. I don't get any sort of mushy switches right beside a really clicky one, so they're good enough there. So now, would I recommend this keyboard? And the answer is actually pretty easy. Yeah, I actually would. If you are willing to spend around the $50 mark for a mechanical keyboard and you're looking for something without a number pad because you need the space, this thing has a really small footprint on it. and the typing experience is really, really good. I have no complaints about it, especially for this particular price. No qualms whatsoever about recommending this keyboard. Again, I'll leave links down below in case you're interested in picking it up or just taking a closer look at it. But of course, I do want to hear from you guys. What mechanical keyboards are you currently rocking in your setup? Let me know down below. And of course, if you like this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are very helpful down below. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Hoosier Hardware. And as always, I'll let YouTube queue up a couple more videos from my channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you guys in the next video.